And Gordon Tallis, the Townsville-born and raised star, now the captain in his first season of captaincy for the Brisbane Broncos, leads the Premiers onto Dairy Farmers Stadium. Now the North Queensland Cowboys, also with a new captain, led out by their state of origin centre, Paul Bowman. Sean Hampstead blows time on, and the Queensland Derby underway from Stockland Stadium, Dairy Farmers Stadium in Townsville, and Petro Sivanasiva brings it back and is tackled. There's been torrential rain in Townsville yesterday. Again, a lot of showers today and very, very high humidity, which is going to take its toll on these players. They've all, of course, used to the humidity, even the Brisbane players, but it's so humid here in Townsville that with the new interchange rule, it'll be interesting to see just how long it takes before the coaches start making changes and how these players are able to cope. Brisbane 15 on their own side of halfway. Back to Darren Lockyer, the test fullback, getting his kick away. Julian O'Neill doing a lot of talking at the back for North Queensland, saying to his winger, first of all, it'll be yours, but then it bounced up for O'Neill. And the first tackle made on him by Michael DeVere. So the Cowboys bringing it outside their own 20. Trent Lease. Brisbane moving off the mark just a little too quickly for Sean Hampstead's liking. So the first penalty goes the way of the Cowboys. And Julian O'Neill will kick for touch. He's 12 metres on his own side of halfway. Nathan Feen giving his pass on to Robert Ralph. Dane Carlaw ruled to have given away the penalty, just pushing in the play the ball. The penalty goes the way of North Queensland, and O'Neill, second penalty in the space of a few seconds, and this time he has a chance to kick for goal.
Well, the referee, you can hear him laying down the law.
On its way from Julian O'Neill, and he's pushed it wide.
Before a teammate picked it up. But John, we're starting to approach a period of the game now where we can expect to see a couple of half breaks. 15 minutes into the game. Last year, we probably saw 3 or 4 unlimited interchanges at this stage. These players now are going to start feeling the pinch.
Kyle Warren, 5 metres out from the line. Can they post the first try of the game? Lee McWilliams tries to barge his way through from dummy half. Back to Warren, running hard, big butter gig. Almost got over the big fella. Good defence though by Sivanasiva, was able to hold him out.
Well, the Broncos players can complaining here, and I think they've got a pretty good point. The referee Sean Hampstead saying that the Broncos players were offside when they reached out to grab the North Queensland dummy half play. I think it was Lee McWilliams, but in fact, when you're half a metre off the line, it's not too hard to do it. They've been doing it very well, North Queensland. They haven't been making too many mistakes. There's the play there. Well, he was certainly standing in there, but whether or not he was actually standing up and behind the touch and goal line when he made that dive forward, I think it's a little bit dodgy on that one.
Even though it is in front, and you would think he's able to throw it over, certainly taking his time about this kick, putting as much time into it as if he was kicking from near touch. And to the cheers of the Cowboys supporters in Townsville, the Cowboys put the first points on the board. North Queensland lead Brisbane by 2 points to 0.
Coming off for the Broncos as their first interchange player.
Wendell Saylor, just outside his own 20. Now his other winger, Lottie Takiri. Terrific rivalry at the Broncos between the two wingers, Wendell Saylor and Lottie Takiri. Never a training session goes by when they don't take the opportunity just to gee each other up. Now Gordon Tallis. Cowboys player down, injured in back play after that tackle. Prince goes to the line, tried to slip his pass away to Wyken.
Of course I was playing advantage then. Don't be stupid.
Well, he's got his hands full at the moment, the referee Sean Hampstead. It was a line ball decision, I think, that one too. Benefit of the doubt going to Brisbane. And this was probably their best opportunity at the moment. Quarter of the way through the match. I was just starting to feel the pinch a little bit at the moment.
Prince turning his pass back on the inside to pick up Brad Myers, who's replaced Sivanasiva, the first interchange for the Broncos. Now to Shane Webke. Webke runs it hard to the line, almost got through himself before he was put to ground by Jones. Brisbane only a couple of metres out from the line. Luke Priddis running in to be the dummy half for Brisbane. Dangers from dummy half to Priddis, and the Cowboys are aware of it and push him back. On the short side to Ben Eichen. Eichen slipping his way through and will go in and score the simplest of tries.
Robert Ralph and Peter Jones, the men beaten at the end, but Eichen saw half an opportunity to step back inside. They had an absolute army of players on the outside that Eichen could have given the ball to.
And a very, very valuable player for Brisbane, Michael De Vere, after he wrote to the club down in the Illawarra, said, I'd like to have a chance to come and play for you. What a buy he's been. This kicked wide though, no goal by Michael De Vere. Petro Sivanasiva now comes on for Brisbane, and Shane Webke will have a breather. Ball going loose. Towed ahead by Jeff Bell. Will he win the race to the ball? Bell going for it, and Brisbane will get back underneath it. Terrific dive by Dane Carlo, I think it was, that got underneath Jeff Bell. Gee, you'd back Jeff, it was Dane Carlo, you'd back Jeff Bell.
But of a few jokes at the Cowboys training sessions this week, getting run down by a second rower, but he shouldn't feel embarrassed about it. The effort that Carlo put in there was absolutely magnificent. The way he positioned himself to the side and then dived to get underneath right at the end saved his team a certain 6 points.
That was just an incredible save, because not only was Carlo able to beat him, but Jeff Bell had the start on him. Carlo had to turn to chase it. That was something that Wayne Bennett will no doubt be applauding him for at the halftime break. Penalty goes to North Queensland. Kick by O'Neill is straight as a die. 4 points all. In 17 is Mark Shipway for the Cowboys. Now with Feen, then wide to John Doyle. Doyle has his captain Paul Bowman lurking on the outside. Couldn't get the pass to him. Tackle made by Scott Prince. Feen again, takes it to the line, Feen, then slips his pass to Shipway. 5 metres out from scoring the Cowboys. McWilliams, then away to O'Neill, wide again to Nathan Feen. Look for the short pass to Glenn Morrison, and he lost it. But a penalty to the Cowboys.
It was a nice move that was put on. Sean Berrigan, the man that went high.
High tackle by Sean Berrigan brings the penalty. So that allows North Queensland to restart the set. And only 5 metres out from the line. Here's their real chance. Again to Morrison. Morrison goes through this time. Second time lucky for Morrison, and scores the try. Right next to the upright, Glenn Morrison goes in to score, and the Cowboys are back in front by 8-4.
They're full of confidence, electing to run the ball wide. You could just see that there was a little bit of doubt in the mind of the Broncos defence. Gordon Tallis was the man that was caught sliding sideways. It was a man that was angling back on the inside. Terrific work to be able to get on the inside of Prince as well. But that has come from a guy that, let's remember, has just copped a pretty heavy knock himself.
No mistakes from Julian O'Neill. Played by Michael De Vere on halfway to Keary. Elects to run himself. No support though. Still going Lottie Takiri. Tough run by Takiri, almost up to the 30-metre mark of the Cowboys. Back to Webke, who's had a short stint on the interchange bench. Priddis runs himself a few metres from dummy half, and then straight into a yawning gap goes Philip Lee. Lee able to get his pass away, but the Cowboys back into defence to make the tackle.
No, he wasn't. He never had the ball. Never had control of the ball at any stage.
Well, a great run from Philip Lee up the centre of the ruck. He angled himself perfectly. Turned it from a ball that was on the inside from Prittis.
Only a few seconds remaining in the first half, and Brisbane run it immediately. Wide to Michael Devere. Taken, though, a good covering tackle by Paul Bowman. He wasn't going to give Michael Devere 1 inch. Here's Ben Aiken. Prittis tries to sneak from dummy half. Might have time just to play the ball to his feet and plays it. The referee says that'll do us. Half time, 10 points to 4.
You think you're too good for this team? Hot shot. Welcome aboard, Captain.
This speedy story brought to you by Foxtel Broadband, #1 on the Netflix Speed Index.
Getting $6. How good? Knock on. Surely. Anytime try scorer. Yo, beauty. Tell me he grounded that. I've always said he's better off the bench. What? I've always said that.
Get in sync with your mate thanks to Sportsbet. Now you can share your bet and they can copy it. Exactly.
Good game, this. Cracker. Get him on side, ref.
Share the bet, copy the bet. New from Sportsbet.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
To amplify results, Masashi works with professional athletes, optimizing athletic performance through advanced sports nutrition. We deliver the fuel you need for your sport. Masashi, performance amplified.
Visa goes to the ends of the earth, so you can too. Pay securely at over 80 million locations worldwide when you travel with Visa.
Our McCafe blend isn't just barista crafted across Australia. Our beans are also sourced from Kenya, Honduras, Ethiopia and Brazil, then roasted in Melbourne. Just another reason it's coffee fit for an Aussie.
How did you drop that? How did you drop the ball? Oh, he's a blacker. I could have got that. And I'm blind. Did you see that? Terrible. Silly boy, make me angry. Silly boy.
Nans with no filter. They're good value. Just like our game day specials at the Bottle-O. They're good value too. Righto, the Bottle-O.
Go full sport with Code Sports, Australia's biggest and most experienced sports news team, with data, insights and stories from all around the globe. For all your sport, now in the one place, go full sport with Code.
This place looks like a museum. Had sex with a bank vault.
We got paid $100K to steal an old gun.
We've been set up.
With no Batman, who's gonna solve the murder of Bruce Wayne?
Gotham Knights. New series begins March 16 on Fox 8.
So Michael Devere to get the second half underway. The Cowboys leading by 10 points to 4.
In perfect alignment to see where the referee was standing on that occasion. The players, they had a look at Hampstead after he called them to get back. They may have only been in front of him by a quarter of a metre or so, but he warned them 2 or 3 times they're going to get penalised for it.
McDonald, 30 metres out from the Brisbane line. Another try here to North Queensland would certainly make things interesting. McWilliams went a few metres from dummy half, then to pick up Mark Shipway. Doyle coming back across field. Now to Feen, in behind the line to Peter Jones. Jones, one-handed pass, did well to pop it to his captain, Paul Bowman. Bowman, only 15 metres out from the line, trying to get his way through Bowman and is held on to. Quick play the ball, across field to Feen, then it goes away to Glenn Morrison, the try scorer, Morrison to Kyle Warren, had the line in sight and couldn't get the ball down.
slowing Brisbane's play down. They've done it very successfully so far.
Sivanasiva, hard run, 10 metres from the line. Pritis runs in to be dummy half for Brisbane. Has a couple of players on the short side, elects to go to the open. Icon on to Shane Webke. Pritis brings it back now to the left to Icon, in behind the line to Lockyer, then to De Vere. De Vere on to Lottie Takiri, beats one, beats two, almost to the line. Good defence though, McWilliams got to him and held on to him. North Queensland player down who'd come across in cover. They're one short in defence at the moment. Icon, who scored one try, looking to get through, pops his pass away to Pritis. Long, wide ball, out wide through Berrigan, then away to Wendell Saylor. Saylor for the corner, pushes his way over the line. Has he got it down fairly?
He was knocked rotten. The replay showing Wendell Saylor going to the line. You've got to ask whether the ball crossed on the grass or not. The end-on replay will give us a tighter shot. It would look to everybody that Saylor certainly had control of the football. The problem is, for all involved in it, the Brisbane players have got no doubt whatsoever. They're standing back, having a good time.
Well, they've got two up in the video box tonight. Eddie Ward and Brian Grant are both there. Ref's call.
He's awarded a try.
And a try. Yep. And that is the way the new rule will operate. The attacking side will be given the advantage, but in that case, the video referee or referees tonight, all they would say to Sean Hampstead, we couldn't see him get the ball down, but everything else is clear. It's now up to you, and the attacking side is favoured. The crowd don't like it. Incidentally, Julian O'Neill is back with the side. He's recovered from that knock and that tackle on Lottie Takiri. Here's Michael De Vere from touch. Swinging back, looks okay, no, just away at the last moment. Driven back, 10 short of halfway, Lottie Takiri. Tallis. Gordon Tallis hitting the tackle of Peter Jones. Brisbane just perhaps starting to get their act together for the first time in the game and getting a little bit of a roll on after that Wendell Saylor try. Now to Darren Lockyer. Lockyer slid away from one tackle into open spaces. Goes Lockyer to Luke Pritis backing up. Pritis getting to the line. He's over the line. Can he ground the ball?
I don't think he got this one down.
Well, the crowd are booing the referee. They can't on this occasion.
I think the pictures we're seeing would vindicate that decision.
No, I think he's been held up. Great credit to the desperation of the North Queensland defence. I think the video replay, hoping that there's going to be one little gap that'll show something.
Interesting thing here, if he's held up, I don't think he's got the ball down. Did he still have control of it? Because if he's lost the ball, if he's held up in goal, it's a scrum with a Brisbane scrum fee. Again, the ref's call. Held up.
Oh, and he's back in the good books with the locals.
5 tackles gone. They're on the last Brisbane. 2 metres out. Luke Pritis, wide pass. Gone behind them. Back to Wendell Saylor. Saylor still going. Can he unload the pass? He doesn't. Jamie McDonald snaffles it. Good defence by North Queensland. They were under pressure, but they that time didn't crack.
Yeah, good defence from the Cowboys. They did very well, but you've probably got to say that the Broncos aren't being patient enough with their play. 5th tackle, why not just try to put the ball in behind? They've managed to do it and show control so far. In the club's history, they haven't been able to do it so far this evening when it's been most important to them.
Peter Jones being backslammed by Gordon Tallis, looking to the referee, asking if he was lifted, but the referee said no, it was a fair tackle. Now good kick.
Oh, gee, and it's just fallen around about 3 or 4 metres short too. The Cowboy players were willing it on to bounce inside the 20-metre line as far as they could. They were wondering what was going on. Let's try and remember the rules here. Here's the tackle.
Tackle on Jones. Gordon Tallis, with the aid of Luke Pritis, tipping him over and slamming him on his back. And immediately Peter Jones got to his feet and was saying to the referee, I was lifted, but to no effect. Brisbane this time to bring it out of their own territory, and Lottie Takiri goes straight through. Across comes Julian O'Neill in cover.
very effectively. Takiri ran straight at Paul Bowman, stood him up, then used his pace to be able to get round on the outside. Julian O'Neill covered an enormous amount of territory to try and get across to run his man down. Adam Connolly gave brave assistance, but unfortunately, when you're up against a man like Takiri, there's the opportunity where he managed to get round. Well, it was as well. John Doyle was a guy that was left jersey grabbing. I'm sorry, it wasn't Paul Bowman originally. He got round him, but Doyle was the man. Should have been going towards his legs, try to effect a tackle. But what a fine athlete Takiri is. You can understand just why.
Another difficult kick from De Vere from near touch. Again strikes it well, but again just slightly off target. Plays it 10 on his own side of halfway, Berrigan. Icon again back on the inside to Dane Carlaw. Carlaw, who's already tonight shown the speed he has when he was able to outsprint Jeff Bell when Bell looked certain to score. Scott Prince kicks. The kick going down to Trent Lease. Lease has to come in off his wing and took that well, Lease. Met by De Vere. Takiri goes in to make the tackle. Blindside they try to run. Once more Lottie Takiri is there.
No way, I gave you a couple in a row there, you're not standing square. Lottie Takiri, mate, you weren't square. I gave you 2 in a row then. It's on!
Penalty to North Queensland. Julian O'Neill with this kick just from outside his own 20. A couple of interchanges being made now by both sides. Cowboys having made 6 of their 12, Brisbane 5 of their 12. Expect them now to start making those changes, because this is the time of the game in this humidity where it will really be starting to tell. Not only for the big fellas, either for everybody. Buttigieg plays the ball. Out wide to Paul Bowman. Bowman slips away from the tackle of Prince. Got it to Julian O'Neill. O'Neill will go in and score. Good work by Paul Bowman. The captain was able to get over the top of his former teammate Scott Prince.
But a well-worked set play again. We've become used to seeing North Queensland do this. And it was a terrific run from Bowman, but it was right through the defence of Scott Prince, who should have known better as to the strength of a former teammate. As Prince is seeing just being left on the ground. Bowman, well, I think he meant to throw it to Trent Lease, actually, when he found Julian O'Neill racing into the hole. The advantage from the ground gain from the kick saw North Queensland regain the lead.
The kick by O'Neill. He struck that well. He's got it. Cowboys ball. Fair snatch, says the referee. John Buttigieg, the player who comes up with it. That could be a vital turnover. Jones quickly away to Fiend. Fiend gives his pass on to Matthew Bowen. Bowen is taken to ground 22 metres out from the Brisbane line. North Queensland lead by 16 points to 12 over Brisbane. They're inside the 20. Across field they go. Robert Ralph trying to unload the pass and can't do so.
Stand up, Robert Ralph. Don't baby like that. You won't get it, mate. No way in the world. You're not going to get it.
Doyle from dummy half. Now to Buttigieg, the player responsible for stealing that ball, and the big fella would love to score a try. He's 5 metres out from the line, only a couple of metres from scoring North Queensland. Last is coming up for them, in the hands of Nathan Fiend. Fiend goes for a field goal, and got it. Drop goal by Nathan Fiend. Smart thinking by him. Extends the lead to 17-12. At least they come away from that end of the field with something to show for it.
And retain possession, denying Brisbane the chance. It may get some people will argue and say, well, what's the difference between 4 and 5? Of course, depending on where the try would be scored, if Brisbane managed to score it, there's certainly no guarantee that that's going to happen.
But met by a brick wall of defence from North Queensland, who really have lifted. They can smell victory, North Queensland. Shane Walker on tackle number 4. 15 inside his own territory. Now to Prittis. Luke Prittis running on the fringe of the ruck. The North Queensland defence, though, comes across with him to make the tackle. This is the last coming up for Brisbane. Slow play the ball by Prittis. Now the kick by Sean Berrigan. It's Trent Lease who's back forward. Oh, got a hand to it. Knocked backwards, says the referee, Sean Hampstead. Whew. I bet he breathed a sigh of relief when he didn't hear the whistle go. Trent Lease. Peter Jones. Jones struggling to get out to his own 30. Quick play the ball from Bowen. Then to Julian O'Neill. O'Neill gives a short pass. Picks up Daniel Strickland. He's 11 metres short of halfway, Strickland. Onto the short side, again to O'Neill. Once more looking for a runner coming on his hip. No one was there that time. Buttigieg was, couldn't get the pass to him. Here's the last. O'Neill to play the ball. Back it goes to Nathan Feen. Feen's kick. I may have put the mocker on him. That's the first one he's actually kicked straight to an opponent. This time into the arms of Lottie Takiri. And Takiri is smothered by young Matthew Bowen.
He just got there then.
Berrigan. Few metres inside their own territory, Brisbane. Bad pass, which was slung by Shane Walker to nobody. Now again, pass, which Brisbane were able to pick up, and Brisbane will race away and score a try. That came out of nowhere to Chris Walker. It was a pass that could have just been intercepted so easily by North Queensland. They thought they had it. Chris Walker was able to snaffle it and then race away and score right underneath the post. 17-16, and a kick to come from in front to have Brisbane back in front.
Well, almost in front. And I know Michael DeVere would have been hoping that it perhaps would have been a little bit closer to the post, but it was a real speculator. Some sloppy play on the inside, just tipped across the field, and I think it was one of those passes. And Eichen, when he threw it across, just thought, well, I hope somebody's going to get it. Threw it, of course, to the non-dominant side, the left hand going across. Just hoping that it was going to go to the right man. Walker snatched it out of thin air. You can see Saylor in the background. He was hovering, thinking, well, this is a chance of being picked up. Walker not taking any chances whatsoever.
The kick by DeVere is there. Brisbane in front by a point. Who knows, Wally, that field goal might still be important. Gordon Tallis. He's in everything now, Tallis. Away he goes, the big fella, the rampaging bull. He's at 12 metres from the North Queensland line. Eichen runs it to the line and he's smashed to ground. Hit in the tackle of Julian O'Neill, and he felt that, Ben Eichen. That really gave the shoulder a workout. Darren Lockyer rolls it into the in goal. North Queensland, they were able to come up with it. Time ticking away, just a minute remaining, and they've got to go the length of the field, the Cowboys.
With the Cowboys now, they've got to play a support player to every pass. Brisbane have probably got to play a man in cover defence full time.
Glenn Morrison, who's had a wow of a game for the Cowboys, and he almost got through. Feen away to Strickland. They're only about, 30 metres out from their own line, North Queensland. Time running away from them. Little kick through by North Queensland by Feen. Dived on by Brisbane. They appeal for a penalty. It's not forthcoming, and Shane Walker picks it up, and that certainly you would think will get Brisbane home. They're 32 out, and there's 23 seconds remaining. Webke. Shane Webke almost up to the North Queensland 20. Eichen. To the line goes Ben Eichen. Caught from behind in the tackle of Shipway. 3 gone. Priddis turns it back to Gordon Tallis. Tallis looking to get his way through, is tackled. North Queensland, you have to feel sorry for them. They haven't been able to beat Brisbane. They've had 2 draws with them. Tonight they've gone down by a point. It would have been the upset of the season, but the Premiers have got home. They've had to do it the hard way. 18 points to 17 full time.